Welcome and hello. This is a video tutorial on HEC DSSVue, and in this lesson, I'm going to talk about scripting. This is the first video on scripting. It's an introduction and just a way to basically describe what scripting is, the basic scripting editor tools, and then also in this lesson, we will be running one script and seeing how that works. All right, so what I have on the screen is my HEC DSSVue user interface here. I've got one data set, and this is the one we're going to be focusing on today. It's a hydrograph for, it looks like hourly data over the course of 5 days. Scripting is a way for the user to program commands into the computer program, HEC DSSVue in this case, to carry out operations. And there's lots of reasons for wanting to do that, but let's just go ahead and get started. And the scripting editor is up in Tools and then Script Editor. This is going to bring up our main script editor box where we can add scripts, import scripts, edit scripts, save scripts, and delete them. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Over on the left is my file tree. I'm going to select this HEC DSSVue file in the directory, and then go File, New. And this is going to bring up a brand new script for me. So at the very top, I'll give the script a name. I'm just going to call it Hello World. And then what that's going to do is give it a name. It'll be the identifier when we go ahead and execute the script. Below that, there's 3 checkboxes. And what this does is it allows us to display that script different places on within HEC DSSVue. So I'm going to leave them all checked right now, and I'll point those locations out once we get this one built. So for my very first script here, I'm just going to display a message on the screen. It's not actually going to modify the time series data or the period data. It's just going to do something very simple. The user's manual describes the script I'm about to paste into place. If you go under HEC DSSVue user's manual, and then scripting, and then display messages, there's just a basic error message and then an OK cancel. I'm going to use one that's similar. Okay, I finally found it. It's on my clipboard here, so I'm just going to Control V to paste. And what I'm importing is a Java library. And then here is the command to display the message. It just says, this is a simple message. And let me just type in hello world instead. Okay. And then it's message is the type of dialog box. Let's see if that works. I can save and test it here or just save it. So I'm going to click save. And when I do, the screen becomes kind of grayed out and disabled so that I don't accidentally make an edit unless I click the edit button and explicitly go to work on making edits. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now at the top of my screen, I see a scripts menu. You may not have seen this before, but it should be there now if you've added a script. So this is one of the 3 places you can execute a script. The second one is right here. There's a button. It says Hello World. That's if I click that, the script runs. And then the third is under Tools, Script Selector. It's just below Script Editor. If I do that, then a box pops up, and clicking this button would run the script. So let's go ahead and do that. I click Hello World button, and then sure enough, here is my message box that says Hello World. I would direct your attention to the description of this video. I'm going to include a link to some of the sample files and a second link to the specific add 10 script. It's a Python script that you can download from GitHub. I also want to mention that when you installed HEC DSSVue, that there should be a directory for sample files. Those are scripts.py files written in Jython. So go ahead and check that out as well. All right, so I'm on the add10 hecmath.py URL on GitHub. So if you have that script on your screen, you can just, I believe, copy it to your clipboard, or I like to do this one, download the raw file. So if I click that, it will download to my machine. And then here it is up here. So I'm going to open that file. There's a couple of changes I need to make to this script for it to actually work. First of all, I need to change the file path and the file name, or the exact data set, because this is just an example and I need to update those values. Okay, I'm going to start by moving that script file, it's a .py file, into this directory called video 12. Put the script where you want it on your local directory, and then I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And the first thing I want to do is I want to change this first argument to the actual file path of the .dss file. The .dss file is this, for me, video_12.dss. And this is the path right up here. So I could just right click, copy, and then head over to this first argument and then paste. And it's a string, so I need to give it quotes. And then also the example had slashes, not backslashes. So let me change that. Okay, that's changed. And then the second argument here is the start and end date time. And if you want the entire data set, I learned that you can just leave that blank and it will read in the entire data set. So I'm going to delete that. So all we have there is one argument for the file path to the DSS file. Okay, the second argument is the actual data set. So I'm going to come back over to HEC DSSVue. I'm going to right click rename, and then I can just grab that here, file path name, Control C, and then head back over to my script. And I'm going to highlight the original, delete, Control V to paste this one in, hydrograph. Great. All right. If you notice that hydrograph had a huge number, adding 10 wouldn't do too much. So I'm going to add 10,000. And then while I'm at it, I'm actually going to save the file name. Right now, it just says add 10 hecmath.py. So let me just change it. Okay, I changed the file name to add 10k hecmath.py. And then we have 10,000 here. You can read this code if you want. It's pretty straightforward. We're basically opening up the file, opening up the data set, and then adding 10,000 to the records. These are the values. I'm just going to call it values, copy. Okay. And then, all right. So this is the new values. And then I need to update everywhere that was. Okay. And then the message, we are actually going to append a 10,000 CFS to part F of the file name. That's what this is doing. And then we write the new data set to our file and then done. This print message hasn't been showing up for me. That's why I did the previous example with hello world. So I could do a print message of that previous fashion that says something like script completed or successful script or something like that. I'm going to give it a save. Okay, so let's go to tools and then script editor. And here's our first script. To import another script, you see this is grayed out. We actually have to select the directory again, HEC DSSVue, and then file, import. Now I need to navigate to that file. So one second. Okay, I'm in the directory with my script files. So here's the one on top that I was working on, and then open. And sure enough, we can see our data here. Here's the script. And then the name of it came in as the file name. So that's up here. We'll add it to all three locations for execution and then click save and OK. So now we have a second script that's added here. I believe these are alphabetical. And let's go ahead and run it. OK, so no errors. That's good. It didn't appear as a new data set here in the file, but let's go ahead and click view and then refresh catalog. And then boom, here is our new data set. Let's go ahead and view both data sets together. And sure enough, we see our original hydrograph in green line here. And then the red hydrograph is 10,000 CFS above that. So success. If I wanted to check out the table data, I can do that as well. Here it is with the original and then the values that are 10,000 CFS above. So that was an introduction video, very quick example as well to scripts in HEC DSSVue.